is up, guys? My name is Ian, and I hope people take their mindset from a place of lack to a place of abundance. Have you been affected by this pandemic? Honestly, if you haven't, I doubt that you're a real person, because this whole COVID-19 has affected every industry, especially the economic industry. Tons of jobs. What do they say? 60,000 people in the month of March applied for unemployment. And I guess I don't know, millions of people have lost their jobs in America due to this pandemic. And if you're like me, we're kind of looking at life a little different. Maybe you're reevaluating your values. And if it hasn't been clear before, so it is now. What do I mean? I mean the idea of how you are living your life and making money. The reason why I say that is because it's as if your whole life is you're just it's like you're working for something. It's like, what are you working for? And you're obviously working for money. You want to be able to afford things. You want to be able to afford your lifestyle and have time to spend with your family, to say the least. But what if I were to tell you that you haven't been taught how to make money in the most appropriate ways, and more or less you haven't been taught how to officially and effectively give value to the marketplace? And you're like, Ian, why does everybody have to give value to the marketplace? Well, you're doing it anyway. So why not, bring it back to yourself and start making income for yourself, by yourself. Not that you're going to be completely alone. Obviously, you want to partner with companies, and you want to partner with entrepreneurs and business owners, so you can actually be a part of what's happening in the 21st century. So basically, if I break down how you are taught how to make money, really all there is to teach is active ways of income. This is what you've been taught your whole life. And the reason why that is because it's super easy to mass communicate, to say the least. Meaning that, if you do A, then that will open up the door for point B. And if you pursue B, it might lead up to C, if that makes any sense. So this whole way of making money can either be in the employment quadrant or the self-employed quadrant. And it's really self-explanatory. It's like, okay, if you go to get a job, you'll get paid such and such. You'll get paid by trading your time, obviously. You get paid a certain amount of money, and typically what these people are doing is they're seeking benefits and security. There's nothing wrong with that, but it is the worst way to make money. Why? Because you only can trade so much time. These people know that. Self-employed people, oh my gosh, they know that, kids don't spell love with money. They spell it T-I-M-E. And when you don't have time, are you really living? And I know that there's counter arguments to all of this, and I totally understand that. But for the purpose of this video, I'm sharing with you passive ways of making income. And what is that? That is by owning your own business or investing your monies. And we won't talk about investing because that's about you need about $500,000 to be a professional investor in the stock market. And I've always been taught that people are your greatest investment. So if anything, I'm just investing in people in that quadrant and investing in myself because I'm a person. But anyway, the passive way to making money is truly what we're all seeking. And that's really, I call it closet money. Just imagine like literally hiding in this closet right here and not coming out, but still making money. That sounds awesome. Sign me up, because that means that I can have more time to go do the things that I want to do. And obviously with more money, you can go do things that cost money. And it sucks that it's not always that cheap. But the thing is there's opportunity out there that can actually help you create passive streams of income by creating assets. Now, we can go on a huge tangent of what assets are, but I just believe that assets are basically a conduit, a catalyst for cash flow. And most of the time, when we talk about assets, we're talking about assets that are appreciating and they're actually cash flow in your pocket. Whereas, at certain points as well, cash flow is outside your pocket, and it's more or less, requiring capital so you can actually afford, running your business and whatnot. So I think it is really important that you understand what assets are and how you can actually benefit your life, and you actually leverage assets to create cash flow that go in your pocket. Now, it's a lot easier than said than done, but it is really important to educate yourself in terms of how you're making money. Now, the big business quadrant is typically about 500 plus employees, but now in today's business models, with the 21st century, you don't necessarily need employees. So in terms of how many employees you need to become a big business owner, it's hard to say. But I would say you're probably making a lot of money if you're in a big business. And really what I'm sharing with this, I'm sharing this video with you because I think it's so important, because now you're realizing that jobs are not as secure as you thought they were. The market's not as secure as you thought. No one saw this COVID-19, the whole, virus / pandemic coming. And it is almost like it's like a invisible, catastrophic event. And you have to also realize that millennials are the most educated, informed generation, and we're also the most lazy. I consider myself incredibly ambitiously lazy. I would work so hard just so I could do nothing, and that would be awesome. And now that we have technology, I'm literally shooting this off my iPhone, and I'm able to use it. I'm using my iPhone as an asset that is creating cash flow through the apps and through the utilities of the phone. And I realized that each and every single one of us have phones now. So now it's a great opportunity to wake people up to actually activate their equipment, the things that they're already doing. And that's where the big business quadrant comes in, is there's things that you're already doing that you can create money through. And I'm not going to say that you're going to make a ton of money. I'm not going to, lie to you and say that, whatever your lifestyle is and whatever you're passionate about is going to create you tremendous amounts of cash flow. But I will say that things that you're already doing, money that you're already spending, and things that you're already learning can all basically come together, and you can actually begin to create cash flow by owning your own business and doing the same thing. So in all, I realize that this pandemic, has affected our country greatly. It's affected the world in insurmountable measures. But the thing is I think it's a great opportunity for you to reevaluate what's important to you and reevaluate what are you doing and how is that benefiting your future. And if there's things in your life that you can't necessarily control, the next best thing you can do is find things that you can control or you can swap to actually become more effective or actually just more productive in general. And if you find people that have fruit on their tree, pursue them and seek out information, seek out mentorship, so you can actually start to get into a position where you could potentially own your own business and start spending money you're already spending, start using things you've already been using, and just basically start listening to people who have what you want and take ownership of your life. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this video was of use to you in one way, shape, or form. But other than that, I hope you have a beautiful day. I'll catch you later. Namaste.